American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff.
Good evening. We're live here in beautiful Farmington, New Mexico, and Ricketts Park couldn't look any more gorgeous at this time of the season. This ground crew does a fantastic job out here. You're listening to Desert Sports Live. I'm Albert Velarde, Stephen Parks alongside me. Stephen, we get kind of accustomed to this battle the last 4 years, or at least certainly the last 2 to 3. Farmington taking on the Uintah Utes. And Farmington 4-6 on the season. Uintah 3-2, which is nice to see them coming in with a couple of games under their belt.
Yeah, I mean, we had, what was it last week? Durango came in and they hadn't even played a game yet. So it's good to see some of these other teams coming in with some games. I'm recognizing some of these names from last year on Uintah that we were calling last year. I think they have quite a few seniors on their team, if I'm correct, as well. Farmington is very senior heavy also. But you know what? I'm looking forward to watching this game. We didn't get to call any Farmington games last week. We were here for the PV tournament, so we called the PV games. This week we're here for Farmington, so we'll be calling Thursday, Friday, Saturday Farmington games. And it should be pretty exciting. I mean, you've got Uintah here, you've got Durango West, and then they play Durango West. They've got Durango, I was going to say Pueblo West, and then they play Durango on Saturday again. They played Durango last week. But, you know, like these are the games you want to play. These are some really great matchups for these teams, getting to see some out-of-state competition, some different competition. Farmington's going to get a good look at where they're at tonight coming up against this Uintah team.
Well, here is the starting lineup for the Farmington Scorpions. It's going to be the defensive starting lineup. And it's going to be in right field, number 4, Gabe Matamoros. They're kind of going backwards, so we'll go with – actually, you know what? Let's go our own route here. We got it in front of us. On the mound for the Farmington Scorpions, number 23, Satarius Griego. At catcher, our guy, number 3, Darnell Joe. Over at first base, number 16, Isaiah Velasquez. At second, number 20, Davis Porch. Over at third base, number 5, David Aleo. In left field, number 13, Rock Kalsic. I always say that name wrong. Forgive me. Number 8, in center field is number 7, Danny Hagstrom. And in right field, number 4, Gabe Matamoros.
All right, here's your starting batting lineup for the Uintah Utes. Oh, well, let's take a quick pause for the national.
They snuck up on us. And folks, before we go to break, if you're for the Utes, will you let everybody know they started the game early? We apologize. We try to get caught up with them, and they are definitely starting this game early. So reach out to all your local parents and let them know. No better way to get a game started than with the national anthem, and here is the starting batting lineup for the Utes.
That's right. Number 4, Riken Hacking The shortstop will be leading off for the Uintah Utes. Number 14, Jackson Erickson. The catcher will be hitting second. Number 21, Zane Murray. The center fielder will be in the 3-hole. And number 9, Gabe Jackson, the left fielder, will be hitting 4. Number 3, Cooper Ray, the pitcher, will be hitting in the 5 slot. Number 26, Cooper Goodrich, the third baseman, will be hitting in the 6th spot. Number 7, Brody Murray, the first baseman, in the 7th spot. Number 10, Camden Guyman, the second baseman, hitting 8. And number 13, Connor Perez, the right fielder, hitting in the 9-hole.
Well, as we mentioned, the Utes 3-2 on the season. And, hey, folks, if you're tuning in on YouTube, feel free to send us a message on the message board. We will respond back to you. We sure love interacting with the fans that are watching and the parents and anybody else. Let us know who you are, who you're rooting for, and where you're tuning in from. We've had people thus far from China, from Australia, from Switzerland and Mexico to Jamaica. I mean, all over the place. So you can watch this game anywhere in the world as long as you have internet. So please send this link out to everybody and let them know they can come on here and watch this game. And while you're at it, please go subscribe for us, folks. It just helps us monetize. We're not going to send you any crazy emails or text messages or none of that. Just go on there, click that follow button, and the worst you're ever going to see is it'll notify you if we're going to go live with the game.
That's right, folks. We really appreciate that. We also have we're now a 501c3 nonprofit. We have a QR code that we'll get up on the screen there for you. You can scan that QR code if you would like to be be a part of the DSL team and become an individual sponsor. You absolutely can do that. We've had several people already do that, and you'll see we actually run a commercial that shows all of our individual sponsors. It'll pop up here throughout the game, and we very much appreciate that from all of them as well. So thank you to anybody that would like to be an individual sponsor. So here you go, as we have number 4, Riken Hacking, the shortstop, stepping up to the plate for the Uintah Utes. Hope you guys like that lower third there with that name in it. It's pretty cool. And there's a pitch. Looks like it got fouled off for strike 1.
Yeah, just somewhat of a check swing. Got him to go, wasn't ready, but now he's prepped. Satarius Griego, number 23, the left-handed senior pitcher on the mound for the Farmington Scorpions, and he'll go up in the count 0-2 in a hurry to Hacking. Satarius Griego, wow, we've seen this young man throw a number of years. Fantastic basketball player. Yes. He's just a great dual athlete for the Scorpions. There's a fastball outside for ball 1. See if you could get him to chase it. We always like that.
Yep, 1-2 the count now to Ryan Hacking. And he's going to hit that one, and it will roll foul.
Okay, folks, please forgive me. The inning is going in the opposite direction, so we apologize. It is a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
I'll get that corrected.
And it is the top of the first inning. We'll just go ahead and give you the count from here till we could get that figured out. I'm just going to zero the count out so nobody's confused out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. And it's the leadoff hitter in Hacking who's got ways to go here to work himself out of this hole that he's in. Got 2 strikes on him pretty quick, looked at a ball, and now here comes the pitch from Griego. Big high fly ball. That's going to go out of the field of play. Count still stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beautiful night of baseball. We're actually hot in the press box instead of halfway freezing. And that's a good deal for us and a good thing for these kids. Last year they all came up to this tournament. We all about froze to death in the late game.
Yeah, and it is warm in here tonight. So here comes the pitch, or the 1-2 count. And it'll be swung on, a hit down the third baseline. Good stop, but he will make it over to, oh, goodness. That's going to be a base hit, but, man, he slowed down like he was going to turn the corner, and he almost got thrown out. Not sure what Riken was thinking there, but he will get the base hit. That'll bring up number 14, Jackson Erickson, the catcher for the Utes.
And Erickson, a left-handed hitter. He's got a runner over at first. That's Hacking, who hit a nice, sharp ground ball to third base. And the third baseman for the Scorpions, and David Oleo, made a nice diving catch, just couldn't get the throw over to first in time, but he almost got him as Hacking was looking to round to look to second. And throw still not on time. So here we go with Erickson and a runner over at first. There's the B move, pickoff move for Griego over to first base just to let him know I'm here. And we've had 3 games in the books already as Bloomfield played Durango early this morning at the first game of this invitational, I should say. They lost that game. Durango won that game 4-2 over Bloomfield. There's strike 1. And the second game after that was the Aztec Tigers taking on the Grants Pirates, and Aztec won that game 9-6. And then the game before this one was Pedro Vista taking on, I'm trying to remember who they played.
Pueblo or
Cyclones, that's right.
Pueblo West, yes.
Pueblo West Cyclones. There is a sac bunt to the pitcher. He's going to move him over to second because nobody was covering short. Nobody was at second. Beautifully executed on the sac bunt, and that'll move Hacking now officially into scoring position with 1 out.
Well, I mean, good job by Griego right there. He turned to throw to second, and nobody was there, so he got it over to first base for 1-3 out number 1, and that will bring up number 21, the center fielder, Zane Murray, as he has a runner on second. And 1 out now here in the top of the first inning. Uintah with an opportunity to put a run up on the board. Talking about all those other teams, I got all these other names in my head right now. But
we'll get it dialed in. It's our first game
going,
too.
But yeah, it was a pretty good game to start out with in that last game against Pueblo West and PV, but PV just pulled away on them. That one
beautiful curveball in there. Oh, no, it's a ball.
Ball, yeah.
All right.
Good thing that umpire's standing just out of the way, huh? Can still see that pitch going in there. Like that center field camera.
Well, he comes set, does Griego. Big late kick. Here's a pitch to the plate. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on Murray as he's got Hacking standing at second base. See if he can score from first. He's at the leadoff position for a reason, so we're going to assume he can absolutely fly on the base path. There's a swing and a foul ball. Take that count to 2 balls and 1 strike. And I'm so sorry, Corey, you're going to have to fix the top of the second for me again because I hit it on accident. Sorry, folks. So we are in the first inning here of this ball game, 2-1 count. And a runner at second base. Beautiful night for baseball. So 2 balls. There we go. 1 strike. Our guy, Corey, hooking us up.
Got her taken care of.
Here's a pitch. He takes off. Here's the throw on time. Oh, the third baseman missed it, and then the left fielder missed it. Steven, I mean, that was an excellent throw by Joe, the catcher for Farmington.
Yes.
Just the third baseman just missed it.
Yeah, and then it went all the way out to left field, and the left fielder didn't get his glove down, and that will bring in a run. That's considered an error, correct?
That
will
is.
go up on the error board. But now score 1-0, 1 out. Zane Murray still at the plate with a 2-1 count as Uintah goes up 1-0 now. Here comes the pitch from Griego. It's going to be outside for ball 3.
So the Utes, they get the first run of the game on an error. There's a sharp ground ball hit to the second baseman. Fielded out in front, and Porch for the 4-3 ground ball out number 2.
That was a nice job by Porch as he, got his glove down at just, textbook play. Sometimes players don't focus on the ball. It gets by him, but right there, great job. Scoops it up, gets it over to first for out number 2. That'll bring up number 9, the left fielder Gabe Jackson for the Utes. The pitch is going to be way outside for ball 1.
So we do have a ball on the screen, folks. Just bear with us as we'll get the ball situation taken care of. Just hang with us. There's a fastball swung on and fouled off, so the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike on Gabe Jackson as we try to clear out the balls and strikes. Nothing happening.
Cleared out the ball.
it clears out the strikes.
Sorry.
But it doesn't clear out the ball.
Sorry, we're working on in real time on our on our situation here. That's what you're hearing. That one's going to be fouled off back into the net for strike 2. So 1-2, they count, 2 outs. No runners on. We are in the top of the first inning where the Utes just took the lead 1-0 on an overthrow to third base. I mean, it was a good. I don't know if you call that an overthrow. It wasn't an overthrow, but a missed catch at third. That's going to be hit right down the first baseline. Great snag for the F3, out number 3. So there was 1 run on 1 hit, no runners left on base, and 1 Farmington error. So after the top of the first inning, your score is 1-0. The Uintah Utes lead. We'll be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
All right, folks, we are back as we are heading into the bottom of the first, as it will be the Farmington Scorpions coming up to bat. You're going to have number 7, Danny Hagstrom, the center fielder, batting first. Number 4, Gabe Matamoros, the right fielder, in the 2-hole. Number 3, Darnell Joe, the catcher, hitting third. Number 5, David Aloyo, the third baseman, hitting in the 4-hole. Number 13, Rock Kalsic, the left fielder, will be hitting 5. Number 23, Soterios Griego, the pitcher. He's considered the designated hitter as well. Number 20, Davis Porch, the second baseman, will be hitting 7. Number 16, Isaiah Velasquez, the first baseman, hitting 8. And number 8, Caleb Schofield, the shortstop, hitting 9.
Well, we are set to go, as we should have this all fixed up and ready to rock and roll. So here we go. It's going to be Cooper K on the mound for the Utes. He'll be taking on Danny Hagstrom, who had a fantastic Pedro Vista Invitational Tournament at the plate and in the field. And I'll tell you, there's some of the best outfielders in this area. Speaking of this young man, he is one of them. Really one of the best outfielders in the state of New Mexico. He'll take an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1.
Good-looking pitch. We've seen a lot of these kids swing at that first pitch, but Danny didn't take the opportunity on that one, and it was right there. So here comes pitch number 2. That's going to be low for ball 1. So 1-1 the count now to Danny Hagstrom.
Very disciplined hitter is Hagstrom, and this young man can absolutely fly defensively and on the bag. Inside fastball, and it did paint the corner of the plate, so strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And, I like what these umpires do. We talk about it a number of times. It helps the pitchers out. They like to call the corners.
Mm-hmm.
And you better get ready.
Yes. Here it comes. And he hits that one down. Nice hit. It will stay fair and go all the way down to the corner. Oh, I think he could have made that to second, but he's going to hold up at first. Nice hit by Danny Hagstrom, as he will get the Scorpions going here in the bottom of the first inning, and that will bring up number 4, Gabe Matamoros, the right fielder.
And Matamoros, just a speedster. We've seen him sacrifice bunt over a number of times to get that scoring run, that runner at first in scoring position, because he's just like we see with Kel Watson and the Aztec Tigers. You get that young man on the base pass, he's going to score. Mason Courtney for Pedro Vista. Hagstrom is the same kind of player. You get him on the bases, Stephen, and he is dangerous. That's ball 1 outside down low.
Yep, and right now they're looking to see if they can advance Hagstrom over to second, as Matamoros comes around with that bunt, pulls back. That'll be ball 1. So 1-0 the count. Hagstrom over on first. Here comes the pitch, and he pulls back the bunt attempt again for ball 2.
Well, unfortunately, if you are a Ute fan in Cooper K, Matamoros is trying to give him an out, just right now, Kay is not putting it over the plate, and usually as a coach, you just like to say, just throw it to him. Throw it in the strike zone, throw an off-speed pitch, but throw it in the strike zone, a curveball, and let him get the out. There's the bunt, except that time Matamoros pushed it foul, so that's going to take the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
No, he was really trying to get that thing to go down the first baseline and fouled it off. I mean, that's what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to bunt that thing in a place where your runner can make it over second. You can advance that runner. Matamoros, let's see if he pulls around to bunt again. They're going to call it. They call it the box.
Yep,
so
he double set. He sure did. That's a good call by the umpire. He tapped down twice. So there he goes. Came set, and then he pumped his leg twice. So that is a balk all day long, and that'll take Hagstrom over to second. So now what was a better part for Kay to be throwing at Matamoros because he's going to sacrifice himself to move over Hagstrom to second. Now he can swing away, and he's got 2 balls and 1 strike to do that with Hagstrom in scoring position at second. And I'll tell you, if that young man gets an opportunity, you don't even have to hit it that deep into the outfield, Steven. He will challenge you at home, and you better be a dead point with your throw.
yeah, Hagstrom, he's a fast one. I mean, there's some really fast kids in this district, and Hagstrom is absolutely one of them. That's why he plays in that center field position. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and he check swings it. That'll take it to full count as he fouls that one off.
He'd like to have that one back because
Yes.
that was ball 4. He'd be running on down to first base on that one, and that's why you seen him kind of shake his head like, what was I thinking? Because that was high and inside. That was an easy ball 4. So now he's going to have to dig in. Here goes Matamoros, and maybe it'll work out for him. He comes up with a base hit, moves that runner at least to third. Well, he doesn't have to worry about it. He's going to draw the walk.
So Matamoros heads down to first base. No outs. Runners on first and second. Number 3, Darnell Joe, the catcher, coming up to the plate for this Farmington Scorpions team. And if there's someone that has a lot of experience at the varsity level, it's this young man right here. Stays calm, gets in the box, and just makes it happen. So let's see if he can drive in the first run for the Scorpions tonight.
We've seen this young man come through time and time and time again for his Scorpion team. So let's see if he could do it again here. There's a off-speed pitch down low for ball 1. And Joe just, right now, he knows that Kay's got to throw some strikes because for Kay, that's 5 straight balls he's thrown. And Joe, very dangerous hitter to keep that up with. They're painted right lower half of the strike zone for strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch. As like you said, he'd thrown 5 straight balls. He needed to get that strike in there. You kind of got to start throwing it in the zone a little bit, get your confidence going, and challenge these batters a little bit. You can't just let them stand there in the batter's box. That one's going to be that one bounces off the ground, and fortunately, his catcher, Jackson Erickson, is able to get in front of that thing because Danny Hagstrom was looking to head towards third if he had the opportunity.
Man, Erickson, that was a huge stop for his Ute team. He just snapped that off. It was on the inside, inner half of the plate. Not the easiest ball to dig out of the dirt. Great job to keep everybody put. Here's the pitch. Off-speed Joe swung right over the top of it. Takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Thing looked like that off-speed dropped out right at the last second. A nice-looking pitch by Kay.
Yeah, you called it. That pitch has been
sunk.
a good pitch for him up to this point, so we'll see if that's his go-to out pitch. We'll find out soon enough. He comes set. Here's a pitch to Joe. Off speed again, ground ball to short, possible double play. There's one. Here's the throw to first. He's safe. Fielder's choice on the 6-4 ground ball out number 1, but that'll move Hagstrom over to third, and that'll keep Joe at first. Matamoros out at second on the fielder's choice.
Well, he got his job done, right? He moved Hagstrom over to third, and that'll bring up number 5. Is that right, David Aloya? Is that who's coming up?
That's right,
Yeah,
Aloya.
okay. I thought the announcer said something different. But runners on first and third, 1 out now. Oh, okay, he was announcing the courtesy runner. That's why I got confused. I heard him say a different name. So there is a courtesy runner. Is that who was it number 6? So number 6 is the courtesy runner. Next up, number 5, David Aloya. There you see him up on the screen. And Kay checking the runners and will bring the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yep, he just peppered the fastball in there and was quite behind it, so he's going to have to get his hands moving to get caught up with that as Kay reached back and let her rip. There's a runner in scoring position for Farmington. They got first and thirds. They got Darnell Joe at first, Hagstrom at third. Here's the pitch. Curveball.
That looked good, yeah.
In there for strike 2. So 0-2 the count quickly to Oleo. And he's got an opportunity here. He's going to have to dig in. And if you're Kay, you can go for, see if you can get him to chase. If I'm Kay, I'm going right at him. No point trying to throw it around, but it looks like they're going to try to go low and outside. Let's see if he hits that spot. Nope. He's going to step off. I don't think he actually liked the pitch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was thinking that was going to be the right decision, but still looks like he's, well, no. Yeah, he looks like he's still trying to get it in that same spot.
Yeah, he gave him a fastball a minute ago, changed it to a curveball, and Oleo fouls it off, fought it off. That was a great pitch by Kay. He wanted his catcher in Erickson wanted it outside and down low, and that's exactly where he threw it. But good job by Oleo to fight that off. That pitch was nasty.
Yep, so here we go. Runners on first and third, and Oleo looking to see if he can't bring in that run as Hagstrom's still over here on third. Nice hit, but he's going to foul that one off down the left field line. I mean, he definitely made contact with that thing, but he was way out in front of it. The count will remain at 0-2. Once again, folks, if you're out there tuning in on the YouTube channel, send us on the live chat. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from. We'll give you that shout out. The kids like to go back and watch and hear who's out there watching and cheering them on. So send us something in the live chat. We see we got some viewers out there, so let us hear from you. Comes the pitch, swung on and missed. And there you go. Hagstrom's coming home, and he got there, yeah.
He sure did.
Wow. Great job by Hagstrom. Great field awareness. He took off right when he needed to and slid perfectly to get around the tag. So that's going to tie up the score as Darnell Joe will be standing at second now, and Hagstrom comes home for the first run for the Scorpions. And there is still 2 outs. Now a runner on second. 0-2 the count to David Aloya.
Actually,
oh, no, sorry.
He struck out.
I apologize. Yes, he struck out. Now we got 13, Rock Kalsich at the plate.
Yep, and we still got Darnell Joe over at second now, or I shouldn't say steal, but he stole to second on the cutoff move, what they like to call daylight move. You just cut it off from second base, throw it to home, but you aren't throwing Hagstrom out. That's a tough job to do. No disrespect to the Utes, but Hagstrom can just fly on the base path. And Kay's got 1 strike here on Kalsich, and he's going to throw a curveball down low in the dirt for ball 1.
Erickson getting some work behind the plate there, having to make sure that thing don't get back to the backstop because Joe, once again, was ready to head to third if that thing goes in the dirt and goes by him.
We got our first text message coming in from my lovely wife. Kristen Velarde said, love DSL, love the camera shots, and I'm watching the game on the big screen.
That's right.
At home.
We love hearing that people are watching on the big screen. We got, let's see, Dom Daniel, I think it says Cooper K with a nasty pitch. That's right.
You ain't lying there, because he's got some nasty off speed. And looks like, let's see if he goes to the arsenal for that with Kalsich here at the plate and a runner in scoring position. We're tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Look at that splitter. That was beautiful split finger he threw away from the left-handed hitter in Kalsich.
Well, I can tell you what, he has found that corner of the plate. He hits it on the inside and on the outside, depending on where the batter's at, and that umpire is calling it every time.
See if he could get himself out of an inning here. Here's the pitch from Kay. Another off-speed pitch, just punches it out to the outfield. That's going to be an RBI for sure. And it was a beautiful off-speed pitch, but Kay just left that curveball hanging up there a little bit too long. and Kelsich just punched it out into the alley in left center field, picked himself up an RBI, and gave his team the 2-1 lead.
Yep, RBI single by Rock Kalsic brings up number 23, the pitcher, Satarius Griego. And, man, it looks like we got some Utes fans out there because I got Catherine Skinner says, let's go Utes. So keep those coming in. I'm glad you guys are getting to tune in. It looks like you guys are sending that link around because more and more people keep getting on. I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage and the camera angles. It's a lot of fun for us, and we enjoy it very much. That one's going to be low for ball 1 to Griego. So 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Runner on first. We are in the bottom of the first inning. The score is 2-1 as the Scorpions just took the lead. All right, here comes the pitch from Kay. He's going to check the runner. Oh, and Griego takes it right into center field. That'll be another base hit as Kalsic makes his way over to second. And that'll bring up number 20, Davis Porch, the second baseman for the Scorpions.
Yep, he'll step in at the right-hand side of the box, and the coach is going to have a conversation with the umpire to, well, I thought he was going to bring somebody in to run for Griego, but he did not. And everybody, you can see Griego was ready to run into the dugout, but the coach changed his mind. Not sure what happened there because usually they always have somebody run for the pitcher, but he changed his mind, and we've got Davis Porch coming up to the plate as he's got 2 runners on base. He's a right-handed hitter. This will be his first at-bat.
We got Rizzy Boy saying great pitch, so one of the Ute fans out there cheering for Mr. K out on the mound. And here comes the pitch. Oh, and that's going to get by Erickson, and that will advance the runners. We now have runners on second and third. No more force over there at second and third. So the Utes with 2 outs just trying to get himself out of this inning before any more damage is done. And that one gets by Erickson. Erickson's done a fantastic job behind the plate tonight, but sometimes you'll have him get by you like that.
Well, he just kind of lost his mechanics. He'd tell you that as well. He should have put the glove down straight to the ground. That's ball 2 to Porch. But yeah, he should have just kind of tucked his shoulder, put the glove down on the dirt and dropped to his knees. That time he just tried to glove it and it went right underneath his glove and underneath his legs. And now you see runner at second and third, and a base hit could possibly score 2. There's a shot ground ball to the first baseman. He bobbles it but picks it up with the unassisted 3 to the bag, and that'll end the inning, but not until the Farmington Scorpions tie it up.
Yep, so there was 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So after 1 complete inning, the Farmington Scorpions leading 2-1. It says 3-1 on the scoreboard, 2-1. Here, as we will be heading into the second, we'll be right back.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff
Always got to get one. Here we go. It's the top of the second inning. For the Utes coming up, it's 5, 6, and 7. Kay, Goodrich, and Murray all coming up to bat. And Griego, Satarius, the left-hander, still on the mound for the Farmington Scorpions. We're at a 2-1 score here heading into the top of the second inning. A beautiful night of baseball. It's typically been around the 30s for us the last 2 weeks. Stephen and I and the gang have been broadcasting baseball tournaments all around the Four Corners. And Farmington got lucky. We got around 80 degrees, and it's about 60 tonight. It's beautiful and perfect. And here's Cooper Kay, the pitcher. Looks at an off-speed pitch, swings and miss for strike 1.
Well, Cooper Kay up at the plate now, giving himself an opportunity to help himself out. as he will go down to the count. 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, good off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. And I see, I think it's Daniel 2746 says, let's go, strike him out. Folks, your guys' stream is probably about 30 or 40 seconds behind where we're at live. So there's a nice hit out. And it takes a bad hop. Oh, fortunately, he gets a glove on it and knocks it down. That could have been real bad for the Scorpions. But Cooper K comes up with a nice hit to get things started here in the top of the second inning.
Well, he would have thrown him out at first by a mile if he catches that, but I guarantee you he looked at first. He was a little excited and didn't have the ball in his glove, but nonetheless, he's over at first, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 26, Cooper Goodrich. He's going to step in on the right-hand side of the box, and he is set to go to face the left-handed pitcher. Big hooking curveball outside and up high for ball 1. Umpires' strike zone been pretty solid tonight thus far.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've even seen one that's been questionable at all. I mean, you know how broadcasters like to razz the umpires a little bit, but boy, this umpire's been pretty good with the strike zone tonight. That's ball 2.
And he's been consistent. I'm telling you, Kay, whatever pitches Kay is throwing, he likes that. I guess from our view, the left side of the plate, that corner, because Kay is hitting it. And there's a nice hit by Mr. Goodrich out into left field, and that's going to be a stand-up double. Or no, they're going to send Kay, and he will make it home, and that will tie up your score 2-2. So, man, great base running as Cooper Kay makes it all the way around and brings in a run for the Utes to tie it up.
What a shot to the gap that was. Beautiful piece of hitting by Goodrich. He took it for an absolute ride. The third base coach looked at holding up Kay, but Kay was like, no, sir, I am going all the way. So he kept going. He scores. The throw was close, but a great job by Kay. He knew he was going to score. It didn't matter what signal coach was giving him at third base. And now we're tied up 2-2 with the Utes. Answering back for it, the Farmington Scorpions put a 2 spot in the bottom of the first inning. And now we got a 1-0 count as it is Brody Murray, the first baseman, number 7 at the plate, hitting from the right-hand side of the plate.
And there comes the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1, 1-1 the count. And I have to say, Darnell Joe did a great job right there because he came up, he went to the ball to protect third. He could have stayed back and wait for that ball to come to him, but you don't want anything to happen. He stops the ball and holds up Goodrich at second base. And here comes the pitch, fouled off for strike 2.
Well, and the good job about that from Joe, he's a seasoned veteran, as you mentioned. He has to stay out of the baseline. He's got to give the runner the baseline. It's his line until he's got the ball in his hand, so good job for him. Or that would have moved everybody over if he got in the way of interference in the baseline. So great heads-up play by Darnell Joe. There is a half swing on the high fastball, and that was a setup pitch, Steven. They tried to get Murray to chase it. They was way up and way outside, and they got him for out number 1.
You got baseball player 27 says, nice hit. Yeah, there was a couple of nice hits there from the Utes, but that one's going to be a strike 3 for out number 1. So a runner on second base, number 10, Camden Guyman, the second baseman, up to the plate now for the Utes. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Nice looking pitch by Mr. Griego out there on the mound.
Well, Guyman, again, has got a runner at second base looking to try to get him to score. He's set to go. Base hit out in the outfield will certainly do that with 1 out. Here comes a pitch from Griego. High fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. There it is.
That was up in that eye level range that we always talk
about. That
beach
ball look.
Yeah, gets up in that eye level, and it looks really good, and you take a swing at it. So 0-2 the count now to Guyman as he's looking to see if he can't advance Goodrich over to third or home. Nope, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3 for out number 3, and that will bring up number 13, the right fielder, Connor Perez, to see if he can't bring in that runner that's in scoring position. So Connor Perez, the 9-hole hitter here for the Uintah Utes.
2 back-to-back strikeouts for Griego, looking to strike out the side here with the runner at second base. And not only was that a back-to-back strikeout, that was 3 straight off-speed pitches to strike out Guyman in his batting sequence, and he just keeps it coming. Steven, there's another strike thrown in there. 0-1 count, so he works ahead in the count. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to think about things either. Seems like once we get something mentioned, he's ready to pitch again. There's another swing and a foul ball. Takes the count to 0-2 in a hurry to Perez.
That was a good-looking curve. I mean, that thing curved and came back down across the zone. And
beautiful.
Perez took a hack at it and fouled it off. 0-2 the count now to Perez. Here comes Griego with the pitch. And that's going to be low, I guess, for ball one. So 1-2 the count to Connor Perez.
Yeah, really nice off-speed pitch, just cut into the hitter, seeing if maybe he could get him to chase it with a 2-strike count and no ball. So it was an excellent pitch by Griego, but a good job by Perez by not chasing it. Oh, there he goes. He chases that one as a high fastball, got him to swing, and that'll end the inning, but not before the Utes knotted up at 2.
So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Farmington errors. So after inning and a half, your score is 2-2. We'll be right back.
Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family.
Tied up at 2, headed into the bottom of the second inning. And for the Scorpions, it is 8-9-1. Velasquez, Schofield, and back to the top of the lineup, Hagstrom. We got some text messages coming in.
I'm gonna go ahead and see if Corey can put us on the camera just for a second, because Albert's gonna want to be a part of this one as well. I wanted to say hi to my 2 granddaughters, Amelia and Sienna.
Oh, the girls.
Yes,
hi, girls.
so I just wanted to say hi to them, because my wife just texted me and said they're watching some Desert Sports Live, and hi, ladies.
Our broadcasting buddies. Hi, girls.
I'll see you probably, maybe tomorrow.
All right. Well, tell Amberella we said hello, too, if she's tuning in over there.
She's tuning in as well.
Well, for the Scorpions, it's a 2-2 tied-up game, and the Utes coming up to see if they can retire the side, as the Utes put up a run to get the top of the second inning started, as Kay found his way all the way around after a single. Goodrich knocks him around once he was at second base for an RBI base hit, and then it was 3 strikeouts in a row, and now we're set to go for Farmington. And it is Cooper Kay on the mound, as he's got 1 strikeout tonight for his team and three putouts in the field. So utilizing his defense is Kay. And we're going to see what he comes up with facing the first baseman in Isaiah Velasquez. And he's going to get started early in the count, up with an 0-1 strike fastball on the outer half of the plate.
Nice looking pitch. Here comes. Ooh. Did they get him?
They got him.
They got him, man. I'm guessing he would love to have that back. He shouldn't have swung at that one there.
That's that disgusting curveball that Kay has, though. So chalk it up to Kay for a nasty off-speed pitch. That was fouled off. I'm not sure what the hitter's doing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confusion going on down there. He fouled it off.
And then he was running back to the dugout like he was out.
Well, there he goes. You can see him kind of giggling to himself like, oops. So let's see what Kay has. I think he's going to go into the toolbox with that off-speed pitch. No, he's going to run the fastball up high, and Velasquez does a great job by holding off. And Steve and I think we talk about this every broadcast. What's the pitch the kids love the most? It's that high fastball. Good job for laying off.
Oh, and a swing and a miss.
Got him.
As he will go down, swing, and that will be strike 3 out, number 1. And next up is going to be number 8, the shortstop, Caleb Schofield for the Scorpions. Great job by Kay right there. That was that out pitch, right? He got him.
Well, and it was his second strikeout of the game for himself, for Kay. So see what Schofield could do. This is his first at-bat tonight for the Scorpions. And there's an off-speed changeup down low and in the dirt for ball 1.
So good eye by Schofield. holds up on that one. 1-0 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, as it is a 2-2 score.
Well, we'll strike one fastball right down the heart of the plate. So love knowing the girls are tuning in, though. I miss those kiddos. They always used to come over there for our hot mics. We haven't been able to do a Garage Guy hot mic in a while, but we'll certainly get doing to that. And hey, if you guys are out there on YouTube, please go subscribe. We actually do a sports show that we really like to showcase the northern teams, since they seem to be the forgotten teams.
Yep.
To the state of New Mexico. So we started that, myself, Stephen, Corey Kitchens, and Big Ben Olguin. And then, of course, Corey's daughter, Annabelle, who helps us run our production as well. So we're going to fire that up here hopefully soon. But, yeah, good to see the girls. 2-2 the count right now for the Scorpions. They got 1 out, and Kay kind of cruising along right now. He's got a strikeout already. And see if he digs in for the off-speed pitch here. He does. Beautiful pitch, but it's up high for ball 3.
So full count now to Schofield, working the count. So let's see if he can get things going for the Scorpions here with a hit. But here comes the pitch from Kay, and that's going to be low for ball 4. So Schofield does his job, gets on base, and that will take us back to the top of the lineup as number 7, Danny Hagstrom, the center fielder, will step into the box.
He's 1 for 1 in this game already with a run scored. And this is where Hagstrom plays his best baseball right here, when he's got somebody on base. And, of course, the pitcher's mindset is on the hitter as well as the runner at first base. So Hagstrom's going to take a high fastball inside for ball 1.
1 for 1 on the evening as he has that run scored back. He was that first run that scored for the Scorpions. Looking to see if he can't move Mr. Schofield into scoring position. Here comes the pitch. It'll be fouled off. That was a hit and run, wasn't it?
It sure was, and it was a curveball swung on and fouled off, so 1-1 the count. But Hagstrom just missed it. I mean, he was right on top of it. But, yeah, nonetheless, they're going to start it over again as ones are across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner at first. There's a pickoff move to first base in there safely. Yeah, just gorgeous night. It's so nice, folks, that you don't see our cameras bouncing around from 50-mile-an-hour winds that we've had for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've worked really hard at getting all these cameras secure so we don't have all those issues. Looks good tonight. Really hardly no wind, almost no wind, and just a nice night like Albert said.
There was something bothering Kay.
I was going to say he stepped out for a second. He'll reset. Keep those shout-outs coming in if you're out there watching. Let's get some more of those in there. The kids like to hear that when they go back and watch. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count as Hagstrom up at the plate now for the Scorpions. But, you know, we know, we always hear from the parents, we hear from the coaches. These kids love to go back and watch the game and see what it looks like and all that. So give them their shout-outs. They love hearing that stuff when they go back and watch.
Here's Kay with the pitch, fastball, and that was hammered out into left field, base hit, and that was just a missed spot by Kay. As you could see, Erickson wanted it out on the outer half of the plate, and he accidentally put that belt high right over the middle of the plate. Hagstrom just punched it out into left field, and he goes 2 for 2 now. As Schofield moves over to second, Hagstrom's at first, and now we're going to see the 2-spot hitter and Gabe Matamoros, the right fielder. He walked his first at bat. So let's see what comes up for Matamoros. And they tried to sacrifice bunt him the first time he was up with 1 out. I don't know if Coach King will sacrifice him in that way. Let's see if he just lets him swing away here.
Yeah, we're fixing to find out. There he goes. He's looking to go for that sack bunt again, but he pulls back, so that'll be ball 1.
Oh, yeah, we do have a runner at first and second.
There you go. Got our production guy, Corey, keeping us on point.
Because he doesn't have enough to do over there as it is. Oh, my goodness, that was fastball was sailed way over Erickson's head. He tried to do everything he could to try to reel that ball back in, but there's no way, as it's a 2-0 count now for Matamoros. And I think if Erickson would have jumped out of his shoes, he still ain't catching that fastball.
Yeah, that thing got away from Kay, and that's unfortunate because now that takes away that double play. As there's runners now on second and third, Matamoros still looking to bunt, and that one's going to be a strike.
Yep, he missed it, completely missed it. Well, that's all right. I mean, you know, and I was just fixing to mention that Matamoros might be looking to swing because he's got to throw a strike with the 2-0 count, and that pitch was up high. So that would have been ball 3. Matamoros now, let's see if they're going to sacrifice bunt or let him hack away. Looks like he's going to get to swing away, and that's a fastball down low outside for ball 3.
Well, he didn't turn to bunt on that one.
He'll have an opportunity to see if he can do his job somewhere to the right side of the field or deep to the outfield so they can score the runner in Schofield from third base. As you got Hackstrom over at second, a base hit's probably going to score 2, but he'll draw the walk. Gets the job done with his second walk of the game.
Well, that's going to load the bases as we have number 3, Darnell Joe, coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He got on that fielder's choice and scored a run for the Scorpions. But like you said earlier, this kid, he tends to come through in big situations. He's got a lot of experience. He doesn't get flustered.
Nope.
He just steps in there and does his job. And, you know, we love calling games with him or his sister. She's a catcher as well for the softball team.
Man, and a very talented catcher at that for the Lady Scorpions. As we've really enjoyed watching her and that team play last year. So it's a full count, or excuse me, it is bases loaded with 1 out, and Darnell Joe, who's 0 for 1 in this game with the run scored, he's got bases juiced. And let's see what Kay can do. And if you're Darnell Joe right now, Steven, you're thinking fastball. He's struggled throwing strikes here. He's got 2 walks and a base hit and a strikeout. Struggling to find the strike zone is Kay. So if you're Joe, you're thinking fastball right here because Kay needs to start this sequence off right. No, he's going to throw another off-speed pitch up high and inside for ball 1.
Well, I mean, Kay, you know, he's probably feeling a little pressure right now. He's got bases loaded with 1 out. I mean, it's a force at any base, but you don't want this. You don't want a base hit here. That one's going to be in the dirt. He's going to hold up the runner. So that's going to be ball 2.
Well, he started off just absolutely on point and deadly with this off-speed pitch, but here now in the bottom of the second inning, he's losing a little bit of the control, finding the zone with the off-speed, which was his out pitch up to this point. Looking to set up outside. He hit that spot beautifully, fastball, and he blew that right by Joe for strike 1, 2-1 the count.
You know, and that's what you need. Give yourself a little bit of confidence. Come in there with a pitch like that. Get them swinging. And here you go. 2-1 the count. There's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 3. So now 3-1 the count. And I'm pretty sure he's getting the red light right here. Say, force Kay to bring a strike right here.
Yep, there's nowhere to put him. He's going to have to throw a strike here, and Joe's got to be digging in, shorten that swing up. You don't need the long swing. And here comes the pitch, fastball. That was beautiful, and I mean, just let that go right down the middle, and you can see Joe's face. He is completely upset with himself because I mean, you don't get a better pitch than that. I mean, that was right down the heart of the plate.
In that situation, you know it's coming. It's hard as a hitter to not want to swing at that thing. And there it is, full count. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. That is going to be low for ball 4. So that will walk in a run as Schofield comes across the plate to bring in run number 3. But that'll keep the bases loaded as number 5, David Aloya, the 4-hole hitter, will come up to the plate.
Oleo
Sorry, we're probably saying that wrong.
He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now we're going to have a visit, and Coach, if you come out there again, that's your third, or that's your second. You're going to have to pull him.
Well,
I think that's your second of this inning.
Yeah, so looks like they're gonna bring in a new pitcher, correct?
I think they have to. I think because the catcher already visited him once. That's considered a visit now, unless they do just 3 total visits and then you got to pull them. So it looks like that's what's going to happen.
Well, and I don't know. Being an early season tournament, do they do different rules maybe or something? I don't. They might, because these tournaments are to get games, get experience for your team. So
you're right.
Sometimes they'll change stuff up just to allow things to play out, but.
Yep, they are going to have a pitching change now.
Well, folks, we're going to have a couple of commercials here, and we'll be right back as the pitcher warms up.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll as we got the new pitcher. It's number 10, Camden Guyman, now on the mound. He was playing second base, now on the mound, and Cooper Kay, who was pitching, is now at second base.
All right, so that'll bring up David Aloyo. Here comes the pitch. Oh, and that's going to go off the glove of the catcher. That's going to bring in a run. And
they got crossed up, no doubt about it. The catcher and the pitcher, they're going to have a conversation right now, because I can guarantee you the catcher thought that was an off-speed pitch, and that fastball run right up on him. And that's why he was so late to try to get his glove up there to catch it. So you seen them, too, say, hey, that was a off-speed pitch. You threw a fastball. They're just trying to get on the same page. But while doing so, that puts another run on the board, and it gives the Farmington Scorpions a runner at second and third with 1 out.
Nice.
That should score both runs right there. Steven, a good piece of hit. And we're going to have a play at the plate. They're going to run him down at third. That runner needs to get over to second base, though, so that's going to be a throw out at home. And the runner in Alejo will move over to second base, but he'll pick up an RBI and a single.
So the 5-2 out, number 2, and that's going to be a base hit for David Aloyo, and then he will advance over to second. I'm not sure if the coach turned him to go home or if he did turn him, so coach called it. Had him turn to go home, and man, he got caught. He probably shouldn't have hesitated. He probably should have just went for home. He probably would have had a better chance than hesitating and stopping right in the middle. Here comes the pitch. That's in there. Nice looking pitch on that corner. And we have number 13, Rock Kalsic, now up at the plate as he will take strike 1. 0-1 the count. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be hit out into left field. Will he get to it? Nope, it's going to drop, and that's going to bring another run in as Aloyo is going to go all the way home.
Oh, man, if the catcher would have put the tag on,
yeah, he might have had that.
That was a rocket of a throw from Gabe Jackson, the left fielder, and that would have been a lot closer of a play at home than I think people would think, because that throw was on a dime at the plate from the left fielder in Gabe Jackson.
I thought the same thing. I was like, man, he might have had a tag there, but he pulled up to throw to second. And that's going to bring up number 23, Soterius Griego. He's 1 for 1, had a single in the first inning. And that one's going to, nope, he's going to stay at second. So that was that Rock Kalsic, that was an RBI, right?
That is correct, RBI single. Actually, RBI double, but the throw, you give it to him as a single because the throw went to home. So
Gotcha.
Still a runner in scoring position at second base for Kelsich after the RBI base knock. And it's going to be a two. What's the
I have
count
2-0
you have?
count. I have
Okay.
2-0 count, yeah.
I'm too sure. Sometimes you look up top and it just kind of throws you off a little bit.
It does. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be inside corner, and there's that strike. I knew it. I mean, he has been consistent with that in that corner all night long. And if it's close, you better be swinging, because he is going to call that a strike every time.
You know, I got 2 strikes though. I still have it marked in my book.
Count.
So we'll go 2-1 here. Steven and the press box people have 3 balls, 1 strike. I had 2, but we're going to go with what they've got. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs to Griego, who's already 1 for 1 in this game. And Farmington just continuously putting runs on the board. It's a 6-2 lead, and Griego will draw the walk, so he'll head on down to first base. That'll bring up Davis Porch, who's 0 for 1, but Steven, Farmington's officially batted through the lineup.
Yep, I was just getting ready to say, this will be the 9th batter this inning. Your score, 6-2, Farmington leading. There is 2 outs, a runner on first and second, as we have the new pitcher in the game. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be, he's going to be a strike. I thought it was going to be high and outside, but hit that corner, and it will be a strike. But we have number 10, Camden Guyman, on the mound now. Did Kay go to second? Is that where he went?
Yes.
Ooh, that one's going to be over the top of his head. That'll make it a ball.
Yeah, 1-1 the count. And Guyman trying to get his team off the field with 2 outs. They've got the force out at either bag. There's a high fly ball. Shortstop and the left fielder in on that. Shortstop will call everybody off, and he'll haul it in. High fly ball from Hacking for the F6 out number 3, but not after the Scorpions put some runs on the board.
Yep, there was 4 runs on 3 hits. 2 runners left on base, and then no Uintah errors. So that's going to do it for 2 complete innings. Your score is 6-2, and we'll be right back.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff
Well, we're headed into the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be the Utes coming up, top side of the lineup. It's 1, 2, and 3. Hacking, Erickson, and Murray all coming up to bat. And Riken Hacking, the shortstop, he's already 1 for 1 with the run scored. He got things started for this game for either team. So let's see if he can stay hot at the plate, as he's still facing the left-handed pitcher, and number 23, Ceterius Griego, on the mound for the Farmington Scorpions with the 6-2 lead. You know, the Utes have been right there in this game, Steven. They've left some runners on base, haven't been able to get them to come through, but, hey, I mean, that's a mark on Ceterius Griego. He used his defense in the top of the 1st inning. He struck out 3 in the top of the 2nd. Let's see what he's got for the Utes here, facing the top side of the lineup. And we'll get you the outfield camera set up here in just a little bit, folks, but it's a 1-0 count.
Yeah, we're sorry, I was looking at something there, but here comes the pitch from Griego. What I was going to say is that was going to be low inside for ball 2, is that Griego's had some pretty nasty off-speed pitches tonight. That curveball, man, it just sinks in there. And it is crazy. There comes pitch. It's going to be fouled off for strike one.
Well, both of these pitchers have really utilized their off-speed pitch. Unfortunately for Kay, he just lost control with his off-speed pitch in the second inning because he was cruising right along with it in the first. There's a swing and a foul ball to take this count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. But, you know, both of those pitchers in Kay and Griego were doing a great job with the off-speed pitch. We'll see what Guyman has for the Scorpions here in the next inning. But right now, Griego just moving right along. Another beautiful off-speed pitch in the dirt. But a good job by Hacking for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter in Hacking. And he is set to go is Griego. He don't waste a whole lot of time. And there's a shot at the shortstop. It's going to get through the infield. And that's a base hit as Hacking goes to 2-2 now on the game. And he stays hot at the plate. As he'll be standing over at first base. And that's going to bring up the 2-spot hitter. It's the catcher number 14, Jackson Erickson, who's 0 for 1 as he had a sacrifice ground ball to first base, or excuse me, to the pitcher in the top of the first inning. He's getting his second at bat here in the third.
That's exactly what you expect from your leadoff hitter. You want him to get out there, get it done, get on base, get your team started up. As now they will have a runner on first with no outs. He's going to check the runner over there at first as Jackson Erickson, second baseman, steps into the box. 0 for 1 on the night. Terrius Griego brings a pitch. It's going to be out. Oh, no, there's that corner. See, I keep saying it's going to be outside, but, man.
Well, we got to remember it's this umpire,
yeah,
so he waits a little bit to call his strike. So you always have to give it a second to make sure he is going to call it a strike. There's the old B move over to first base from Griego just to let Hacking know, hey, I got my eye on you. But I'll tell you, if Hacking, it's going to be a great battle if Hacking decides to take off to second because Darnell Joe for the Scorpions, he has got a cannon of an arm behind the plate. Here comes a pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Erickson. And it looks like, you know, you could see old Joe look over there. Steven and Hacking's kind of looking at him, and he has got a huge lead at first. Quick pitch to home plate, and as a curveball, got him to swing for out number 1. Beautiful pitch.
That was a great. That's what I'm telling. That's that nasty off speed, that curveball that Griego's been throwing, and it either looks like it's coming across the plate and goes outside, or it looks like it's going outside and just cuts right across the zone, and he gets him there. But you're right. If we see Hacking head to second, he better be on point because Darnell Joe. How many times have we seen him just nail guys at second? There's that curveball. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Did you see Murray kind of turn his shoulder and then that ball just cut right back across the zone?
I mean, for you baseball people that's actually played baseball, you know how tough that is for a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher who's got a huge, nasty curveball coming at you. Yeah, you're going to duck down below it, too, for the first time you see it. There's a fastball up high for ball 1. But, yeah, I mean, hey, you can't blame Murray for ducking down, Steven. You just got to get used to it that first time you see it.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty nasty,
man,
from Griego.
It is dirty. All right, here comes the pitch from Griego. That was going to be high and outside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count now. Run on first, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. And folks, I didn't even check. I'm pretty sure there's a time limit on these games, but we didn't ever check on that. They usually have time limits on these games. So it'll be low for ball 3. And I just say that because the last tournament they were 2-hour time limits, correct? And we started a little bit early tonight on this game.
We did. Yep. Well, for the Aztec tournament there was a 2-hour time limit, and for PV's Invitational, I guess they're both invitationals. There weren't actual championship games. All 2-hour time limits, but wow, and Hacking took off, and I think if that would have been a fastball, Steven, I don't know. I mean, you know how well I think of Joe, but there's no way he's throwing Hacking out at second as he got a huge jump. So Murray draws the walk. Farmington's going to come out and have a conversation with their starting pitcher in Griego, as they've got a runner now at first and second. Murray at first, Hacking at second, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter. It's number 9, the left fielder, Gabe Jackson, who's 0 for 1 in this game, as he had a fly ball hit right at the first baseman for his first at bat.
That was kind of a line drive, and I think if I remember correctly, and the first baseman snagged it for the out. But he made good contact, and that thing a little bit farther left, and that thing's a nice base hit out into right field. So Gabe Jackson had the timing just unfortunate as he hit it right to the first baseman. So he'll step in to the box. We have 1 out, runners on first and second, as Gabe Jackson looking to see if he can't help his team out with an RBI here. Base hit out in the outfield, probably scores a run. Oh, and there's that. He's trying that curveball. Looks like it got away from him a little bit, so that's going to be ball 1.
Well, Jackson, again, for the second inning in a row, Utes have an opportunity with a runner in scoring position. Griego did a great job of shutting that threat down in the second. He's got another threat here, top of the third. Let's see if the Utes win this battle, or does Griego come out on top. That's a high fly ball into right field. Should be caught. Oh, it dropped it. And we're going to have the runners move all the way around. I think he just lost the ball, Steven. So. That's going to be E9 to put Jackson over at first. That'll move Murray to second, Hacking at third. And now Farmington with bases loaded and 1 out. That's going to bring up the 5-spot hitter. It's the second baseman, number 3, Cooper K. He's 1 for 1 already with a run scored.
Well, and you know, I'm not trying to jinx anybody or anything, but those errors, you know, that one error, now instead of having 2 outs and runners on first and second, you have bases loaded with 1 out. Cooper K with a huge opportunity here for the Utes. Swung on and missed, as he is 1 for 1. Had a nice base hit and a run scored last inning. Looking to see if he can't come up with something here, as they're down 6-2. Could definitely use some runs here.
Yeah, the Utes really need K to come through here in this moment. They could put at least 2 runs on the board on a base hit. Oh, that's going to hit the batter, and that will be an RBI hit by pitch for K. So, hey, I guess if you're going to get it done, you get it done any way you can. He sure does. Gets hit by a curveball in the dirt, hits his foot nonetheless. That's considered a hits Batman, and that'll score. Hacking moves Murray over to third, Jackson to second, and K over to first base.
Well, now he just transferred it to Cooper Goodrich, as Cooper Goodrich he's 1 for 1. He had that big double back in our last inning, and that one is going to be in there for strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, another base hit for this young man with an RBI, and we sound like a broken record. He's got another chance, as Steven just mentioned, with bases loaded, 1 out. All sorts of possibilities start opening up if you're the Utes, as that's a fastball inside for ball 1. So 1-1 the count on Goodrich. I mean, there's just a number of ways to chip away here, Steven. A deep fly ball out to the outfield, a ground ball to the middle infield. Obviously a base hit does a ton of damage, but there's a ground ball hit to the first baseman. Tags home. He's got a tag at home. Tags, steps on first, throws it home for the tag, but was not in time, and the Utes get another run on the board on the fielder's choice. 3 unassisted, and then 3-2 for out number 1. And they put a run on the board, does Murray.
Was that not an unassisted 3 at first base?
That's correct.
Okay.
So it's a fielder's choice unassisted, 3 unassisted for Goodrich, where he's out, and then Murray scored. Jackson moved to third, and K is at second. And now we got Brody Murray at the plate, who struck out the first time he was batting. Takes a strike. It's strike 1.
All right, well, Saturius Griego hoping to get out of here without any more damage done. There comes a pitch. That's going to be high and outside for ball one. So 1-1 the count. Runners on second and third. Soterius Griego trying to get out of this inning. Here as there's 2 outs. He's got Brody Murray. He struck him out on his first at bat. Here comes the pitch. There's that off-speed pitch that curves right into the zone. And that's going to be strike 2. Good looking pitch.
Well, most of the base hits that we've seen from Uintah have been on the off-speed. That has been Griego's go-to pitch here. So right now with 2 strikes and 2 runners in scoring position, big pitch for both of these players, and that's going to be off-speed pitch down low for ball 2. So 2-2 the count on Goodrich. Griego has one more pitch he can try to waste if he chooses to. Let's see if he just goes right at him. Joe calling the pitches for his pitcher. And he's set to go. He wants the lower half of the strike zone. Curveball, big shot. This is going to get out to the outfield. There is left field running it down, and he hauls it in. As Rock was right there, the left fielder, so was the center fielder in Hagstrom for the F7 out number 3, but not after the Utes put another 2 spot on the board.
Yep, 2 runs on with 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and 1 Farmington error. So after 2.5 innings, the score is 6-4. The Scorpions lead. We'll be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
Well, we're heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Camden Guyman, number 10 on the mound for Utes. And the Utes, failed to mention, wearing all black with white pants trimmed in red, and Farmington in all white. As the Scorpions have batted around their last go. And here we go. It's the Scorpions coming up to bat here in just a second. Beautiful night. As you can see the flag on the screen hardly moving. We're not used to that, especially the last 2 weeks.
Man.
And we're going to have number 16. It's Isaiah Vasquez coming up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. This will be his 2nd at bat of this game. And he steps in from the right-hand side of the box as he's facing the right-handed pitcher in Guyman. Here's the pitch working out of the stretch. Fastball in the outer half of the plate for strike 1.
Yep, Velasquez 0 for 1, like you said, looking to see if he can get things started for the Scorpions here in the bottom of the 3rd. Coming up possibly with a base hit, but there's the pitch. Nice hit, gets past the 3rd baseman, just a solid hit. It was a good attempt by the 3rd baseman, but that was just a hard play to make. So that'll be a nice base hit for Isaiah Velasquez.
Good piece of hitting. Thrown inside, belt high, just punched it out into left field. He hit that ball exactly where it was thrown. And that's going to bring up the 9th spot hitter. It's the shortstop, number 8, Caleb Schofield, who walked his first at bat, but also scored a run in the 2nd inning. He's getting his 2nd at bat here. Here comes the pitch, off speed in the dirt outside for ball 1. So off speed pitch from Guyman, and then you've seen the catcher in Erickson pop right up to see if they caught Velasquez leaning over at first, but Velasquez ain't going nowhere. He's got about a 2-step lead over at first.
Yeah.
And Guyman comes set. There's the bunt right back to the pitcher. Gets the runner out at 2nd. Almost turns the double play, but you know, if you're trying to have a bunt to push somebody over, you certainly don't want to hit it right back at the pitcher. That throw went wild. And so that's going to push Schofield over to 2nd base off the fielder's choice. But Vasquez out at 2nd on the 6-4 the 1-6 ground ball out number 1.
Yeah, that just wasn't a good spot for the ball to go, was it? Right back to the pitcher. He just turns around and gets the out at second base, but still a runner in scoring position now as the ball was overthrown at first and went into the dugout. And that's going to be outside for ball 1 as we have the leadoff hitter, number 7, Danny Hagstrom, back up at the plate, and he is having a night. He is 2 for 2 and 2 runs scored.
Yeah, you got your best hitter coming up right now with the runner at second base, so Schofield in a good spot. Hagstrom, I mean, it's just such a tough out. Fastball down low for ball 2, so 2-0 the count. And, yeah, you called it, Steven. I mean, and it's every time we've called a game and Hagstrom's been a part of it. He plays such a huge part defensively and offensively for the Farmington Scorpions.
You are absolutely correct on that. And right here he has another opportunity. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be, look like, was that high outside?
Yeah, it was definitely outside. Just missed the corner, but not by much. It was a good pitch by Guyman. Just missed, and Hagstrom with the 3-0. You know, I know Hagstrom's a fantastic hitter, maybe one of the best in the state. Do you give him a green light at 3-0 with 1 out? Maybe. Let's see what they do. Nope. He was taken the whole way.
Yep. Got that corner.
Well, I just thought, you know, I mean,
I'm with you.
Throwing the coins up there to see if Coach King gives Hagstrom the green light, but he did not. He's got a 3-1 count now, though. They've got place to put him. They can push him over to that first. Let's see if they go at him. There's a high fastball out of the zone, and Hagstrom will draw the walk.
But don't you think we have number 4, Gabe Matamoros, coming up to the plate next for the Scorpions. But don't you think as a coach you're trying to teach your kids to stay disciplined no matter what time of the season it is, what game of the season it is? It doesn't matter. So as a coach you have to kind of lead by example, right? And right there, like you were saying, you think you'll let him swing away. Well, in that situation, you don't swing, right? You see if you can get that ball 4. So I kind of look at it that way from a coaching perspective. Kind of want to lead by example in that situation. And there's a nice hit over the third baseman's head, and they are going to send him. We're going to have a play at the plate. No, the throw does not get there, but that's going to be a RBI single for Gabe Matamoros. And that will add a run to the board.
Beautiful piece of hitting by Matamoros. Just a high fastball missed his spot, did Guyman, and Matamoros hit a line drive right out into left field and gave his team another run to push that score to 7-4. But more importantly, keeps another runner in scoring position as Darnell Joe comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 as he drew a walk, but he also scored a run in this game, and he's got Matamoros over at first and Hagstrom standing over at second base. And really just anywhere in the outfield, Steven, as long as it's a base hit, you're almost guaranteed to see Hagstrom score from second.
Yeah.
He's just that fast.
I mean, we saw him go on the first run he scored, and he beat the catcher barely at home, but he's that quick. And so, yeah, you're right. That thing gets in the outfield. I'm sure we're seeing him coming home. That's going to be fouled off for strike 1.
And what an arm. Gabe Jackson out in left field for Uintah Utes he has out there. He has been so close to throwing 2 players out at home plate in this game. And he's just – Farmington continues to challenge him, and he has been right there with his throws. Here's Joe to – big swing and a foul ball to take the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, with runners on first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Scorpions just added a run. 7-4 is your score. And Guyman looking to see if he can't find that out pitch here. It's going to be hard to do against Darnell Joe. Oh, and hit by pitch, so that's going to load the bases once again for the Scorpions as that one came inside and hit Joe on the shoulder. But that's going to bring up number 5, David Aloyo, who is 1 for 2 on the evening with a run scored, had a single last inning, and a single right now, base hit I should say, would really help out the Scorpions to put another run or 2 up on the board.
Yeah, if he can score a run for sure, he'll get 2 RBIs thus far in this game. as he already has an RBI. He charted that in the second inning, but yeah, I mean, we've seen Farmington here, and they've come up every time in this position. That's what makes Farmington so good. But Guyman right now, if he can really chart in that fastball, pepper the corner of the plate, and then mix in that off-speed pitch, he might be able to help himself out. There's a high fly ball out into right field as a second baseman. And, oh, did he drop it?
He dropped it.
He did. So everybody safe.
Oh, wow.
As the second baseman came over, Steven, it's going to be a E4 as it hit his glove and then popped out. So that should have been, or would have been, an F4 out number 2, but the ball popped right out of his glove, scores another run, and there's still one out and bases loaded, and that'll bring up Rock Kelchik. And he is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs, Steven. That's not the guy you want to see coming to the plate.
Kelsich,
geez almighty.
Looking to see if he can add some to that RBI total, right?
They give him a strike.
Yeah.
All right. So right off the bat, Guyman comes in and peppers a high fastball in the outer half of the plate on the left-handed hitter. And Rock, I just like that name. That's a great sport name, Rock. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball down third base side, goes foul or stays foul with 0-2 count now. So Guyman, he's got a nice off-speed pitch. Let's see if he decides to maybe jam Rock in on the hands. But he's got a plethora of pitches to choose from here with an 0-2 count. Did he try to get him to chase? He's going to ground ball right at the second baseman. It's fielded. There's one out, and that's going to be another score RBI for Rock, who's going to have 3 RBIs now on the night.
Wow.
6 unassisted, or is that 4 unassisted at the bag, or was it a shortstop?
That's
So
4
it's 4.
unassisted, yeah.
There we go. So we got 2 outs now, and another run on the board. That puts first and third for the Farmington Scorpions, and it's a 9-4 lead.
So is that considered a base hit or a fielder's choice?
No, it's fielder's choice.
Okay, that's what I thought.
With an RBI.
Just wanted to make sure. So
You were right. Do you have 8 or 9? Did I hit too many?
Let me see.
Swinging
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You
Okay.
are correct. You're correct.
So the scoreboard was wrong. I just
There,
wanted to
yeah.
make sure. That's why I got to stop looking at the scoreboard.
I know. Well,
I keep getting thrown off over here.
A second ago, I marked down full count, and I looked back up, and they wiped the balls off, and it was an 0-2 count. I was like, oh, man. I thought I was way behind on the count. But nonetheless, here we are. Number 23, Satarius Griego, the pitcher for the Scorpions, at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he will hit that out into right field. Will it land fair? Nope, it's going to go foul. So just a long strike. It looked like it might be good there for a minute, but it is not. So 0-2 the count now to Satarius Griego.
He can help his cause here.
Yes, he can.
With the base hit, get another run across the board. He doesn't have an RBI yet. He does have a hit and a walk, but opportunity here to get another run across home plate, some insurance runs, because the Utes continuously score. The Utes have scored in every inning up to this point. There's a deep curveball down low and away, and Griego went down and fought that off, fouls it off, stays alive with an 0-2 count.
Yeah, I was going to say the song Staying Alive comes to mind right now.
Yeah.
He's got the 0-2 count, fouls it off, trying to get that timing down. On Guyman, runners on first and third, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 1.
Yeah, it just ran away from Guyman. Nice idea. As you could see, Erickson was calling for a high strike. Just went a little bit higher than what he was hoping for. But, you know, the one thing I like about Guyman's fastball is it runs away from the hitter. He's got some crazy movement. It's got to be a 4-seam fastball when he's throwing another off-speed pitch way outside for ball 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got Kalsic over there at first base really tempting Erickson to try to throw that ball down to first, which I'm sure he's not going to, but he's definitely tempting him. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a high. It's going to go foul, but is it going to stay in the field of play? And it looks like it is. And that will be F5, out number 3, but not before there was 3 runs on 2 hits. 2 runners left on base and 1 Uintah error. So after 3 complete innings, your score is 9-4. We'll be right back.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff.
Well, we're headed in the top of the 4th inning. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know we got a ton of Ute fans tuning in out there. If you guys want to give one of your players a shout out, whether it's your son, grandson, nephew, whatever you have it, send them a shout out. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're rooting on, and where you're listening from. And we'll certainly give you that shout out. And while you're on YouTube watching, please go ahead and just subscribe to our channel. We won't send you any crazy or wild emails or text messages or anything like that. The only thing you'll get is a notification if we got a live broadcast coming up. But we sure would appreciate you all just following us on YouTube.
And you know what? I have to say, if you guys are watching on a big screen, send Albert a text. He loves hearing that people are watching on the big screen. It's 505-701-2222. Just take a picture of your big screen TV and send it to him. He loves seeing those pictures come up with the big screen TV. All right, folks, here we go. Number 10, Camden Guyman, the pitcher now for the Utes. We'll look at the first pitch, and it'll be ball 1.
Beautiful job by Joe to keep that ball in the dirt in front of you. And, you know, when you have a really good catcher like that, that allows you to throw the ball in the dirt. You can be confident in that pitch. See if you could get the batter to chase it. He did not, but good job by Joe keeping that in front of him. There's another off-speed pitch for strike 1, so 1-1 the count on Guyman. Here's Griego again, high fastball outside for ball 2.
One kind of looked like it got away from him a little, come out of his hand a little bit early. But that'll bring the count to 2-1. Top of the 4th inning. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 3.
Well, at least at this at-bat, Griego lost a little bit of his touch getting that off-speed pitch into the strike zone. So 3-1, if you're Guyman, you're digging in. You know you're going to see a good pitch here. There it is, ground ball. Oh, goes right back to Griego, the pitcher. He'll just step over to first, doesn't waste a whole lot of time, fires the ball on over to his first baseman, and Velasquez hauls it in for the 1-3 ground ball out, number 1.
Good job by Griego to get off the mound. And you know, like he made that look easy, but sometimes coming off that mound, you catch your foot or your toe or something on the edge of the grass, and he got over there, got the ball, and being left-handed, that worked out perfect for him. He was just able to turn and throw it over to first. And here comes that pitch. Oh, the Connor Perez takes that first pitch right out into center field before I could even get his name out. And that will be a base hit as Connor Perez gets things going for the Utes here in the top of the 4th inning with 1 out, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, number 4, Riken Hacking, who is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored on the night. He has done a fantastic job in this spot for the Utes.
Yeah, if you want to get fireworks going, if you're the Utes, this is the exact guy you want at the plate right now in Hacking. He has been electrifying tonight for the Utes. As Steven, you just heard him mention 2 base hits and 2 runs scored. You know, the reason why I repeat that, that's very important if you're a leadoff hitter. That's why you're in that spot. You're expected to go deep in the pitches. He's seen 5 pitches in the first at-bat. He's seen 6 to 7 in his second at-bat. This is his third at-bat. That's what we're talking about for a leadoff hitter.
Well, not only that, he's fast.
He sure is, absolutely.
He gets on base, and he's fast. And that's, like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's what you're looking for in that leadoff hitter.
You are right. Look at that. Oh, shot right back at the shortstop for the double play. You can't fault him for that, Steven,
Nope.
as Hacking put a laser shot to the shortstop, and hauling it in was Schofield with the big arm over to first base for the unassisted double play.
Well, just great field awareness by Schofield right there to get that ball over to first base. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Farmington errors. And we will be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
All right, folks, we are back here to going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Hey, I got a shout out here from Rena Johnson. It says, "Yay, let's go Scorpion." Number 3, Darnell Joe.
Yeah.
So Darnell getting a shout out. That's what we like to hear. So keep those coming in.
You know, I'm glad you said that, because Joe has always showed up and showed out with his fans and his family. So I'm glad to finally hear that, because usually when we do Farmington, we get a number of his people texting in. Love to hear from the Joe fan crowd out there.
That is correct. We will have number 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Scorpions. That's Davis Porch, Isaiah Velasquez, and Caleb Schofield. As your score is 9-4, and the Scorpions just kind of been chipping away a little bit every inning, adding a score here and there. And they had 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third. And the Utes just looking to get out of an inning without giving up a run. And they're, when you start getting to this place in the game, you kind of got to start having a little bit of a sense of urgency, shutting that down, playing better defense, making sure you don't give up any more runs. Because that one's in there for strike 1, because that 7th inning is coming quick.
It sure does, and you're right. You start running out of outs, and if you're Guyman, you really want to come in and get 3 up, 3 down if possible. That was a good way to start it off, starting off with a strike. There's a big high fly ball to the first baseman. Should be F3 for out number 1, and it is.
Well, that'll be out number 1. Next up is going to be number 8, Caleb Schofield. He's was that 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Or sorry, 0 for 1.
1 for 2.
1 for 2. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I can't get it straight. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Isaiah
Oh,
Velasquez.
I apologize.
No, I didn't even hear you say Schofield.
I marked it wrong on my book. That's why I went to the wrong name. So Corey corrected me.
Wow, that was absolutely ball 1.
So you are correct. Number 16, Isaiah Velasquez. I apologize.
But Velasquez takes a huge – you see him laughing at that for just a second. That was a huge, huge swing. I mean, if you watch Major League, when you hear him say that was a bit outside, that was a bit outside, and he took a big hack at it. There's a curveball inside for ball 1, so 1-1 the count. Yeah, and as you know, as Steven was just mentioning, when you start getting around the bottom of that 4th inning, that's where you were just talking about. That's when the outs start creeping up on you. You're like, you get into the 5th and 6th, you're right up against that time limit. If you're the Utes, Steven said it perfectly, actually, took the words right out of my mouth, chipping away every inning, but they desperately need a 3 up, 3 down inning.
Oh, and he check swings that right off the handle of the bat. So that'll keep the count at 1 and 2. Yeah, if you're the Utes, you just can't afford to keep giving up a run here and there each inning. You've got to start shutting it down, because, like I said, that 7th inning comes quicker than you expect. There's a nice hit. It's going to go right to the third baseman. Great play.
Wow.
5-3 out number 2. Good
That
job
was
by the
smooth.
third baseman. Let me get his name for you. That was number 26, Cooper Goodrich.
Man, that looked good.
Made a nice play for the Utes right there.
You know, he played that just like a third baseman. Fielded it off to the side, kept moving, got the throw over the first base. Well in time. Beautiful play by the third baseman. Goodrich, as you know, I get excited by infield play as a shortstop my entire life.
Yep. So now we have number 8, Schofield, at the plate. That's going to be high for ball 1.
But good job by Guyman coming in and getting 2 quick outs. He's got a 1-0 count here. As Steven mentioned, he is 0 for 1 with a walk. He'll take a big hack, foul it off, takes the count to 1-1. As we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, this game has been very competitive between the two teams. That last inning for the Utes was the first inning they've been shut out without a run. And Farmington right now, I did not miss by much right there.
I was waiting for that outside corner call, but he did not call it.
But, I mean, just a good competitive game between these two teams. Right now, Guyman really battling here, doing a great job. He's gotten 2 quick outs, utilizing his defense. Yep, you could see you see Schofield didn't agree with that. It was a late call. I can't say I disagree with him either.
From looking on the screen, that one looked like it might have been a little bit farther outside than that corner, but umpire called it nonetheless. Comes the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3, and just like we talked about, needed to have that 3-up, 3-down inning, and they do it. No runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So we'll be right back.
If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-29. Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family.
All right, we're headed into the top of the 5th inning.
Yep.
And the Utes are going to have 2, 3, and 4. It's Erickson, Murray, and Jackson all coming up to bat. And what a nice game what a nice night for this amazing game to take place in, Stephen, as nobody's frozen half to death. They don't feel like they have to have their ski warm clothes on and anything else that you could pull out of the closet to stay warm.
I'll tell you what, it's nice. There's actually a cool breeze coming in now. It was warm in here earlier, and that is completely opposite of what we've been having this last couple of weeks. We have had wind and cold, and I will take this weather all night long. It has been a beautiful night, just like you said, and we've seen some great baseball tonight.
Yeah.
Like just that last inning, that was a great play by Goodrich right there at third base. You know, Farmington done a good job up at the plate tonight, getting those hits. And folks, we appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching Desert Sports Live. Go follow us on all of our social media, please. It's at Facebook, it's at Desert Sports Live, and Instagram, we're on there. And if you could subscribe on YouTube. And also, you know, we're a 501c3 now. If you've enjoyed the coverage and you'd like to be a part of the DSL team, you can scan that QR code or look us up on Zelle at 505-320-2979, and that will get you to the same place. And you could actually help be a sponsor for Desert Sports Live. And folks, it looks like we got Gennaro Lopez, number 12, coming up to the plate. We know this kid very well.
On the mound?
Yep, he has come in to pitch, and this young man, he has actually worked with us here at Desert Sports Live. He is a very intelligent young man, and he loves baseball. We can tell you that. And he is out there on the mound now.
Well, he's got a live arm, big fastball, big kid, young too. Gennaro, I believe, just a sophomore. And he'll be facing the lineup for the Utes, 2, 3, and 4, as we mentioned, and it's Erickson right off the bat, who is 0 for 2 on the night. He looks at ball 1 as he struck out and had a sacrifice ground ball right back to the pitcher. And Gennaro looking to start early from the right-hand side is where he throws from, working out of the stretch. Here comes a pitch. Fly ball goes out of the field of play, so evens the count out to 1-1. No outs here at the top of the 5th inning, and I believe our guy Randy went and checked and said there is a 2-hour time limit. Not sure what time we started the game, but it's got to be around 7:20 to 7:25-ish, something in there. So we still got plenty of game to go. And Gennaro with ball 2 up high and outside. So the left-handed batter facing the right-handed pitcher in Gennaro Lopez. Lopez will step back on the mound, and we're set to go. Here comes the pitch. Big fly ball out into center field. Hagstrom moseying on over there. F8 for out number 1.
Well, that's what you get with Hagstrom out in center field. You get speed, and he gets over to that ball for the F8 out number 1. It's going to bring up number 21, Zane Murray, the center fielder for the Utes.
Yeah, he's 0 for 1 in this game with a walk, but a run scored. Stepping in from the left-hand side. You know, the Utes have a ton of left-handed hitters.
Yeah, they do. And our that's going to be hit right to the first baseman. Great job. Is that? Yep, that's Velasquez over there on first base with a nice little snag. That'll be unassisted out number 2. And that'll bring up number 9, Gabe Jackson.
Beautiful pitch by Gennaro Lopez on that last sequence. Off-speed pitch down low out of the zone. He was able to get Murray to chase it, and he hammered it right down into the ground. That's exactly what that pitch was meant to do, and it worked out to perfection for him. Jackson, he is 0 for 2 on the day. There's a ground ball hit up the middle. The shortstop comes over and fields it. Here's the throw in time. Wow. And it's a 6-3 ground ball out number 3. And Gennaro Lopez comes into the game in relief, and he shuts it down. 3 up, 3 down.
That's right. No runs on no hits. No runners left on. And no Farmington errors. So after the top of the 5th inning, your score remains 9-4, and we will be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
All right, we got a new pitcher on the mound for the Utes, as Farmington just put a new pitcher out there. We got Draydon Pope now on the mound for the Utes. He's the right-handed pitcher. Comes into the game for the first time tonight. He is a sophomore right-handed pitcher for Uintah. And they're located in Utah. And for the Scorpions, it's going to be top of the lineup. So he comes in and faces 1, 2, and 3 right off the bat. Hagstrom, Matamoros, and Joe. And Hagstrom and Joe having a beautiful day at the plate. Joe scored a run himself, so a tough side of the lineup to face, but looks like he's got a pretty live fastball.
Got Daniel 2746 again saying, let's go Utes. So those Ute fans still out there cheering their team on. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast and all the cool camera angles. We have a lot of fun with that. We have a great team here. With Corey and Randy on the production side, Albert and myself over here on the broadcasting side, and we were just talking about how smooth these events run when we have our full team here instead of just a couple of us trying to run everything. So The reason you're seeing such a smooth broadcast is we got a great production side going behind us here. It's kind of like having your defense behind you as a pitcher,
That's
right?
I like that. Way to put that in there, plug it in. Hagstrom is 2 for 2 with a walk, 3 runs scored. Had a big day at the plate again. It seems like every time we see this young man play, we sound like a broken record because he has a big day at the plate. At least the last week and this week, no doubt about it. So.
Yeah, and that was a nice-looking pitch from Pope right there. That thing was coming in hot. Let's see what he brings on this pitch.
Off-speed pitch down low and outside for ball 1. Big hooker. Just top to bottom, 12-6. Doesn't move, 11-4, 10-3. So big hook curveball coming in for Pope, and I got a feeling we're going to see that quite up. There you go. He went right back to it. Just it looked like it slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, it looked like it came out of his hand a little awkward or something right there. Came in high for ball 2, so 2-1 the count now. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning as the Scorpions continue to hold that lead, 9-4. Yeah, it was on that corner right there for strike 2. But last inning was the first inning the Scorpions didn't come up with a run. That's the Utes went 3 up, 3 down. And now they've got a new pitcher in Pope. He's got a 2-2 count to Danny Hagstrom. So we are back to the top of the lineup for the Scorpions. Here's the pitch. Nice contact, but it's going to go foul down third baseline. Man, he was way ahead of that one.
Yeah, just off-speed pitch.
Yep.
Hagstrom got around on it. Good piece of barrel on the ball. Just couldn't straighten it out. And now he's got a 2-2 count. Let's see if it's off-speed or does Pope run the fastball, because the fastballs look pretty good. He takes a long time to come to the plate, too. Here's the pitch, fastball way outside. And he just reached back and just overthrew that. I was just trying to say, I'm going to throw you my hardest fastball pitch. If you get a hold of it, I'll tip my hat. And if you don't, well, it's back to the dugout. And he just got too much on it. Full count pitch, high. Stay in the field of play. Here comes the catcher way out to come catch it. Oh, no. And it drops, hits the ground, and Hagstrom does not wait. He gets over to second base, and that's going to be a base hit for nobody touching the ball. And it's going to be a H1 right back at the pitcher. Excuse me. It's going to be a double.
Oh, is that going to be considered a double?
Yep.
I mean, he just kept running, and everybody came in on the ball. Nobody expected him to not catch that. There was nobody at second base, and Hagstrom takes advantage. Ends up on second. That's going to bring up number 4, Gabe Matamoros.
Well, the shortstop and the second baseman tried to come in and make that catch, but the pitcher called everybody off as that was a fastball up high, swung on and fouled off by Matamoros. Matamoros 1 for 1 in this game, and he scored a run. He's walked twice, so he's done his job at the plate, finding a way to get on base somehow, some way for his team. But, Hagstrom, he's just such a smart player. He knew it was going to be an out, but that's what you get when you hustle. He ran that out completely all the way around, did not slow down. That's the type of player we're talking about. That's why he's one of my favorite players, hands down, because of his straight-up hustle and baseball awareness.
Well, and you know why you do that, too? Because let's be honest, those balls that go straight up in the air like that, I'm going to give the pitcher a little bit of grace here in Pope that sometimes those things, they look way different when they come down out of the air. There's a nice bunt back to Pope. He's going to get it over to first for the 1-3 out, number 1, but not before he does his job and advances the runner and Danny Hagstrom over to third base.
Yeah, when you start looking at the things that what Farmington's doing is they're continuously being aggressive by sacrificing outs and hitters with their sacrifice bunts, moving runners over into scoring position. And I loved how you put it earlier, chipping away, and that's what Farmington is doing, is chipping away every inning. And Darnell Joe, the catcher, up to bat now. He's 0 for 1. He's got hit by a pitch and walked. He'll take an off-speed pitch up high for ball 1. That's a 1-0 count with Hagstrom over at second base. And right now, if you're Joe, you're looking for, at third base, if you're Joe, you're looking to get something on the ground in the middle of the infield or anywhere in the outfield, but there's an off-speed pitch swung on and missed for strike one.
You know, you talk about chipping away. The thing about that is that starts to become mentally exhausting as well when you're on the wrong side of that. And right now the Utes, like we talked about, I mean, here we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. You've basically got 6 outs left.
Well, and Pope coming in, he looks really comfortable thus far. Look at that fastball peppered on the inside corner of the plate for ball 2. Did not miss by much, but Pope just now getting on the mound, hasn't thrown to a whole lot of batters. I like the aggressiveness coming inside on Joe with a fastball, showing that he's not afraid to come inside. And what we were talking about earlier, Hagstrom running that easy F1 that was dropped by the pitcher. How many guys would have just jogged around the bases, Steven, knowing that the pitcher was going to catch that? But not Hagstrom. He digs in, he hustles. Man, I just love baseball players like that.
Yeah, he didn't.
Uh-oh, hold on. We got a balk, and Hagstrom's going to score off of the balk, and the pitcher's completely confused on what he did, and Steven and I were too busy chatting like a bunch of schoolgirls. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm going to watch that play out on my phone, hopefully, if I can. I just kind of want to see.
Yeah, he balked somehow, some way, and the home plate umpire popped him for it. So now, with the 3-1 count to Darnell Joe, Pope has nobody on base. He doesn't have to worry about it now, and he can just pitch his game. There's a big swing foul ball to take the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Darnell Joe.
Yep, so Darnell Joe now with no one on, 1 out. And Farmington just adding another run as they're now leading 10-4. And here comes the pitch, and it will be ball 4 as Darnell Joe will walk down to first base, and that will bring up number 5, David Aloyo. And let's see, it's fixing to come up on the stream here in front of us. I think Albert's gonna take a look and see if he can figure out what that is. Number 6 is coming in to courtesy run for Joe so he can get back into the dugout and get his catcher's gear on.
I have no idea what he did to Bach. He just stepped on the mound, on the rubber, and kicked the dirt off of it, and he got called for a balk. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Wow.
Not saying that it wasn't a balk, folks. I just didn't see it. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, well, number 5, David Aloya. Oh, he tried to call timeout at the last second. Umpire did not allow it. He had to step back in, takes a swing. Strike 1 for David Aloyo.
Yeah, that was a late timeout call that he tried to get in there, and the umpire doing the right thing by not giving it to him. That would have been a disadvantage for Pope, who had already started his windup, working out of the stretch. Here comes a pitch. Takes off to second. Big swing. Here's the throw. Sliding in safe. At second base is the pinch runner for Joe, and now he's in scoring position, but now David's got an 0-2 count. As now his back is against the wall, and he's going to have to protect and shorten up.
Who is that number 6, Corey? You got a name for us? Latavian Howard is the courtesy runner over there on second. I was just going to say he was quick. He got over to second fast.
Another balk.
I'm not sure what he did there either. I just did not see.
He's not, well, the pitcher's not arguing with them. I can see him say, I know. So, yep, double setting. That's what it is. So now, moving over to third is Darnell Joe, or excuse me, the pinch runner for Darnell Joe. And right now, if you're David Oleo, you are looking to make contact. You got another opportunity to get another run on the board. You just need something in the infield, maybe the outfield. That's not deep enough, though. High fly ball that goes right to the shortstop, and he hauls that in. Does Riken hacking for the F6 out number 2.
Well, after 2 outs now, that's going to bring up number 13, Rock Kalsic, who is having a very good night himself.
Big night, yeah.
Yes, he is 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Is that correct?
He is 2 for 2. Excuse me.
Two for 3.
He's 2 for 3. That's
Sorry.
right, with 2 RBIs. You're right. Well, he's the left-hander facing the right-handed pitcher in Pope. Pope with the off-speed pitch up high for ball 1. Well, Pope's come in here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Steven, he's given up a hit, a walk, and 2 outs thus far. So not too bad for Pope to come in against this potent lineup for the Farmington Scorpions. See if he can help himself out and get out of this inning because the Utes desperately need it, Steven. They're running up on time limit, too, by the way. I just looked at my watch, and we're probably within about 10 minutes of the time limit. So
you are correct.
Pope right now probably focus in, dial in, because the next at-bat is going to be your last.
Yep.
At least from what it's looking like. I could be wrong.
If there's a 2-hour time limit, that will absolutely be their last at-bat. That's fouled off back into the net for strike 1. Well, and you know, if Farmington keeps things going here, if they keep this alive, this could be the last. This could be it right here.
That's
I'm
true,
not
too.
sure,
Yep, you're right.
Because they started, I want to say they started at 7:20, 7:25, somewhere in there. So here we go. Here comes the pitch from Pope. And that's going to be hit out into center field. It should be F8, and it is F8 for out number 3. So 1 run on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base, and no Uintah errors. So after 5 complete innings, the score is 10-4. We'll be heading into the top of the 6th. We'll be right back.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff.
Well, Stephen, we are here in the top of the 6th inning for the Uintah Utes, and they're going to have 5, 6, and 7. Kay, Goodrich, Murray coming up to bat. Good job by Pope to come in, throw some strikes, shut down the threat, gave up a run off of the missed fly ball there to the pitcher in Pope. Just kind of got and you said it, Stephen. It's hard to come off of that mound on a high fly ball and figure out where you're at. That probably played a little bit into it. But if you're the Utes, you need to find any way to get on base. And right now, what's important, you need to see a lot of pitches. You cannot be swinging at pitches that are not in the strike. And why? Because you need as many runners on base as you possibly can get, because we're running up right against the time limit.
Well, this is their last opportunity, let's be honest. So they're going to have to come up with some hits here. That's going to be in there for strike 1. Gennaro Lopez, I mean, every time we've seen him on the mound, even last weekend, we didn't call their games. We got to see him pitch a little bit. He does a fantastic job out there on the mound for the Scorpions, and he's gonna be hard to hit. These Utes are gonna have to try to find a way to get some runners on base. That's gonna be a high fly ball. Looks like it's gonna stay in play, and nope.
Oh, good effort by the third baseman and Oleo, but he just could not get over there. Nonetheless, that puts 2 strikes on the board. I think he just kind of almost ran into our camera over there.
He did. I was wondering if he was going to hit it, but he just barely missed our camera down there. And that's going to just be a high strike 2.
Man, I love how Lopez approaches the plate. Here's my fastball. Catch it if you can.
Yep.
Big
Nice
hook and
pitch.
curveball. Should have rung him up. Oh, no. He called that a ball?
Yeah, so did you see that? Darnell sold it so good that even the batter thought that was strike 3.
I thought that, I mean, everybody's seen it on the screen. I don't know how it wasn't strike 3. But, hey, good for Kay. He gets another opportunity here. Let's see what Gennaro Lopez could come up with, because I'll be honest with you, that umpire flat out just missed strike 3. And he's going to be called out for strike 3 on the check swing. So that's out number 1. So, nonetheless, kind of works itself out.
Yep.
And you're going to bring up Cooper Goodrich, who is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI for the Utes. And, just Lopez. You know, we get excited when we see him up there because Steven and I met this young man 4 years ago. He was the first crew member that we brought on.
Yeah.
It's me, you, Corey, and CR, and Gennaro was the first guy we brought on, and you and Corey trained him up, and he ran our production for us for 4 years until this year. Now he's on varsity and kind of like proud big brothers over here.
Yeah, he's a great kid. We call him G. We really like G.
Well, everybody else called him G. We just followed up on that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's how when we first got to know him, everybody called him G. But his name's Gennaro Lopez, and he is out on the mound. He's come in a really nice hit out of the left field. That's going to go all the way out to the – did it? Oh, yeah, it hit the bottom of the fence. And good job. Oh, it's going to be a base hit, but he's going to make his way over to second base.
Wow, Goodrich took that fastball, Steven, and crushed it off the fence. Hit middle of the fence in the gap in left center. I mean, he got every bit of the fastball. And that's going to put a runner over at second base. That'll bring up Brody Murray coming up for the Utes. And Murray is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to left field. And here we go. Runner at second with 1 out. And Murray looking to get another run on the board for the Utes. There's a fastball, and that looked like that slipped out of Gennaro's hand for ball 1. That kind of went way inside. That kind of tells you that slipped out of his hand. So 1-0 the count on the 7th spot hitter and the first baseman in Brody Murray as he got his good buddy Goodrich standing over at second base in scoring position. There's a big fly ball out into right field. It can be caught out of the field of play, and he dropped it. Another F9 should have been caught, or not another F9, but another fly ball in this game that should have been caught, was hit the glove and bounced out. And I know my partner over here loves to bring up the fact that when you have a little misstep like that, it usually costs you somewhere.
Yeah, right now, I'll say it, Farmington has a comfortable lead. But it's little things like that down the stretch can come back to haunt you. You got to make sure and finish, and it's out-on-out plays, right?
Yeah, I mean, that play was tough to make. Make no mistake about it. Matamoros had to run a long way to catch that, but it popped right in his glove and then just popped out. So 2-1 the count on Murray, as Goodrich patiently waiting at second base, hoping that Murray can come up with something here. Fastball inside. There's the backdoor throw. Got him. They called him safe, and he had to have missed the tag on that one.
Wow, and that's why you don't tempt Darnell Joe right there. That kid has an arm, and he is on point when he throws to second base. It is money. Holy cow, I thought he had him right there.
Well, the only reason I say he's safe is he had to have missed the tag because he got him at least a step and a half before he even stepped on the plate, on the bag at second. So we're going to call it he missed the tag, and I think it's a 3-1. There's a big shot out into center field. Hagstrom right underneath it, and he's going to come up throwing. You don't want to test that young man out in center field, though, do you, Stephen?
No,
We've seen him. He has got a rocket of an arm out in center. There's 2 outs just like that. And that's going to bring up Camden Guyman up to bat for the Utes. And he is 0 for 2 on the day. And we're going to say we're probably right at time limit here. So this probably is going to be the last batter, at least for the Utes. Now, are they looking to bring somebody else in to hit, or – I'm not sure what's happening here. All right.
Well, for sure, probably be the last at-bats for the Utes, as Camden Guyman, who is now pitching, has an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. That's going to be low for ball 1. As Gennaro Lopez looking to close it out for the Scorpions here tonight, and their first game of the Scorpion Invite. Who do they play tomorrow, Albert?
I think they play Pueblo West, and then I think they play Durango on Saturday.
That is, I knew Durango was Saturday. I didn't know who they played tomorrow. So, Gennaro Lopez on the mound, looking to see if he can get one more out for his team here, as the Scorpions have now reached these teams have now reached the time limit. That's going to be ball 3, 3-0 the count, as you still have Goodrich over there on second base.
It's Grants. They play Grants tomorrow.
Okay, they play Grants tomorrow. Grants lost to Aztec today, correct?
They did, yeah. Aztec got up big on them. Kind of fought back, did Grants, but Aztec able to close that out 9-6 today, and they're on a roll. The Tigers, fastball peppered in there for strike one.
Yep, he called it a strike.
That was high.
Yeah,
I'm not going to disagree with Guyman. He has a reason to argue the strike call there, but
oh, that's not Guyman. That's number 2.
Oh, they brought somebody new in. We didn't catch it.
We've been saying.
Yep,
Pope. That's Pope. Sorry, number 2.
You know what, Corey? Where were you on that one?
Yeah, Corey, help us out.
Jeez-o.
There's a nice hit out into center field. It looks like Hagstrom will get it. That'll be F8 out number 3. So, folks, that should do it for the game. Let's see. Before we go to a commercial, let's make sure. But it looks like the teams are coming out of the dugout.
Yep,
that's going to do it. Well, folks, once again, thank you for tuning in and watching the game. We appreciate all you Uintah Utes fans for getting on the stream tonight and joining us. And we got one last piece of business, and it's the player of the game. And I think it's going to be it's a pretty easy choice for both of us. It's going to be number 7, Danny Hagstrom of the Farmington Scorpions will be tonight's Desert Sports Live player of the game.
Well, there you have it. Hagstrom had a fantastic game. Gennaro Lopez coming in to close the game out. And then, of course, your winning pitcher, Ceterius Griego. So great job for Farmington. We'll be back out here tomorrow night. Any final thoughts?
Nope. Thank you all for tuning in to Desert Sports Live. We appreciate you guys. And hopefully we'll see you guys tuning in tomorrow night and checking out the game against Farmington and Grants. And thank you guys.
Well, for Stephen Parks, Randy, and Corey, Albert, thanks for rocking out with Desert Sports Live. We want to wish everybody a safe trip back home tonight. Thanks for rocking out with Desert Sports Live. God bless, and we're out.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.